What's going on YouTube? This is Crazy Samurai 71 here, bringing another video. Today I'm bringing a video on the Power Rangers movie 2017. Now, before I say that, I just want to say this to you guys. Happy New Year. We're in 2017 finally, which is crazy. So I wanted to mention, for those who do not know, a lot of stores, pretty much every store, most retailers that sell the movie merchandise should have the new figures, the new Zords, so you should be able to, as of today, pretty easily, no matter where you are, find the Zords other than the T-Rex. The T-Rex has been around for a while now, the red Power Zord has been around for a while now, and now you should be, and even the Morph has been around for a while, so finally you should be able to find the 6.5 inch figures, the 5-inch figures that it's in the main box set. The Goldar box set, you should be able to find each one of the Zords. But what's the important thing here is, besides all that, is that we also got announcements regarding two new things that got revealed today that are going to be releasing soon, I'm sure. For starters, the first thing that was revealed was they have the flip, what do you call it? The Automorph flip head figures that they had coming out. Now, for those that don't remember what I'm referring to, I'm basically talking about the flip head figures from Mighty Morphin that were very popular, where they basically, there was a piece in the chest that allowed you to flip it into the chest cavity, and what would happen is that it would go from having its Ranger form to flipping to its human form. So Mighty Morphin did that, and it was very well known. So that's cool to see that they are doing the flip head Rangers. As of now, we've only seen red and black, which is fine. They don't have any detail really at all. The only detail that's on the figures, and more likely than not this is how they'll be, is that they have the Morpher, though it's really not painted at all, and other than the silver bit for the Morpher, the whole rest of the figure is whatever the color is. So for example, Dacre Montgomery's character, which is the Red Ranger, is just, it's all red, and then there's the bit of silver, and then the face coloring and all that other stuff. And then black, it's just the silver and black. So don't expect to have massive detail on these figures. These are gonna be very, very limited. Does that mean that it's a bad thing? Not necessarily, but it is something to note that it's not like you're gonna have huge excessive detail. Now, to begin with, I wasn't expecting it to be beyond excessive, but I was expecting a lot more detail than what we're getting, because it's plain out black. Like, if you remember the flip head figures from Mighty Morphin, they at least had like the basic chest design with like the checker, like the the checkered pattern or whatever it was from the original. Not checkered, but you know what I mean, the whole entire diamond pattern, that's what I meant to say, the diamond pattern from the original. But in this case, they don't even have like the diamond centerpiece, which would have been nice, like, that would have been nice to at least have that much, but unfortunately we don't have that. It does look like it does have some actions, and the head sculpt, it looks perfectly fine. Actually, that's interesting. So there's actually an image that explains it, that makes sense when you think about it. When you flip up to show the Ranger head, because I said that like they don't have the chest piece, they do. It's just that when they flip up to show the Ranger face, that's when you see the chest piece and you see the extra silver bits and all that. So it looks a little bit better. It's not like perfect, but it looks better when you flip it up to show the Ranger head. So that's important, and that actually makes sense now, because it's not like they have powers when they're not in that form yet. So it's interesting. So it's sort of like it's capturing that energy. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, and also it looks like either the hands are going to be the trigger function that's going to allow it to flip into that form, or they're just going to have like simple actions, and it looks like it's going to have pretty simple articulation overall, and that makes sense. It might also just be that the one leg that they, like, if you look at it, there's one leg that is movable and there's another leg that isn't, and what it might be is that one leg might be the one that you use to trigger the function, or it might just be to physically flip it. I don't know, it could be the arm as well. But it is interesting to note that there is only one leg that functions, which is why I think that it's a little hard to really tell otherwise, but you know, it should be cool to see those figures, and I'm definitely considering getting them. The other thing that a lot of people are talking about is that we finally got an image showing off the Putty Patroller figures. The Putty Patroller figures look like big golem-like figures, and you know, if you got the I believe it was the Pterodactyl Zord, which is just coming out now. It should come with one of the minifigs, but the minifigs should have a putty figure. But in this case, this one has a little bit more detail. It has kind of like the wiry kind of mesh look to it on the chest pieces. But overall, it's big, it's hulking, it's you know, it's a chunky figure. Judging from certain images, it seems like it might have some functionality where you squeeze the legs and then maybe it like does like a smash kind of thing, like almost like a Hulk smash, or it could just be that there's some other functionality. But judging from how the arms are positioned pretty much the same, I could see it being something where you can slightly adjust and then you squeeze the legs and then the arms just smash down. Obviously I don't know anything for a fact, but could be the case. Does look pretty simple. I don't judging from its size, I don't know if it's necessarily as big, or you know, if it's smaller than the Rangers. It might be pretty close in size to them, but it is good to note that they are doing that. And I do like the designs of both of these. The putties look pretty simple, nothing too crazy, definitely much bulkier than the originals. I will be curious to see if they'll actually decide to put in, you know, like the classic, you know, like the whole, you know, the sound that the putties used to make or whatever. As far as the Automorph ones, I'm happy that they're doing that. It will be nice to see, obviously, blue, pink, and yellow when those release, and hopefully they'll have decent likenesses. Because red doesn't look too bad. Black looks okay. But yeah, it should be alright. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what they look like in the end. I don't have an idea as to when they'll release. I would say probably in the next month or so. You know, probably before the movie releases. So just be aware of that if you're looking to get any of this stuff. That it should come out before the movie, but you know, we still have roughly 3 months before this movie comes out. Just under that now, like maybe, I don't know, what would you say, like a little bit, like, yeah, just under 3 months. That's about right. So just be aware that these are coming out soon. The second wave stuff has already started showing up in stores. You can also get the Red Ranger helmet, mask or whatever, for the movie. Now, please be aware that originally, some people who lived in California or live on the West Coast in general may have already purchased these, but for people that live on the East Coast or don't live in California pretty much, now it should be pretty easy to find them in Target and Toys R Us. So just be aware when you go to the stores that it shouldn't be that hard, and you should be pretty fortunate when it comes to that stuff. But yeah, so looking forward to seeing what else we got, and I hope you guys enjoy this stuff. What are your guys' thoughts on the Automorph figures and the Putty Patroller figure? Do you like the designs? Do you like that they're going back to a retro concept with the Automorphs? Do you think that makes sense? Do you think that maybe they'll do it for Rita, or do you think it's just limited to the Rangers? I don't know. The only reason why I even think Rita is just because she must have, you know, I don't know. You know what? I probably won't happen, Rita. But you know, how do you think this is gonna work out? Do you think that this is gonna be you think this is a cool throwback? Do you think that we'll get any other throwback concepts other than the flip head figures from the original series? If so, what would you like to see that was a classic retro figure concept? Leave it in the comments below. I'll see you guys next video. Until then, guys, Crazy Sound 1, and goodbye, guys.